There is no place in the world that contains the most number of animal species than in the Amazon. Most of these creatures are harmless, but a select few can be outright deadly. Let's get to know some of these vicious monsters, shall we? I've also noticed that most of you watching this aren't subscribed yet, so if you do like the video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's absolutely free and you can always change your mind later. And with that said, enjoy the video. Number 10. The Amazonian Giant Centipede. The Amazonian giant centipede is among the largest centipedes in the world, growing up to 12 inches or more. It can be found in various places throughout South America, especially the Amazon, and the Caribbean, where it preys on a variety of animals, including insects, other sizable amphibians, arthropods, reptiles, and of course mammals. This centipede is nervous and jumpy. It's also carnivorous and very aggressive, feeding on almost everything it comes across. It's capable of overpowering not only insects or other invertebrates, but also vertebrates including frogs, lizards, mice, snakes, birds, and even bats. When the prey is close enough, the centipede lunges out while holding onto the cave wall with its rear legs and grabs the bat. Then they hold and manipulate their prey with just a few legs attached to the ceiling. When attacking its prey on the ground, the centipede will use all of its body to coil around its prey and will use all of its legs to grasp the body of its victim. On top of all that, they have venom that's not only deadly to small animals, but potentially dangerous to humans as well in the right dosage. An attack on a human, normally in self-defense, can cause severe pain, chills, swelling, fever, and fatigue. Number 9. The Jaguar. The third largest big cat species, only smaller to the tiger and the lion, the jaguar is one of the most dangerous animals of the Amazonian wilds. It's an obligate carnivore and is well adapted to kill. Their diet is wide and varied and includes at least 87 species, which fortunately doesn't include humans generally. It doesn't mean that the jaguars are incapable of making a meal out of you. In fact, it's pretty easy for a single jaguar to kill an adult human being, whether you're armed or not. In fact, the jaguar can actually take about any vertebrate over in South and Central America, and actually shows a preference for large prey. Adult caimans, capybaras, tapirs, peccaries, deer, and the like, they're all potential prey for jaguars, and they're not afraid to go after them. The big cat employs suffocation and a deep throat bite technique to dispatch its prey. Another technique unique to the jaguar is biting directly through the temporal bones of the skull and piercing the brain. In the case of caimans, the jaguar leaps onto the back of the prey and severs its cervical vertebrae, immobilizing it. For smaller prey like dogs, though, a simple paw swipe is sufficient enough to kill it, more than likely breaking its neck. Number 8. The Black Caiman. The black caiman is one of the biggest members of the alligator family, although not nearly as massive as Niles or Salties. The absolutely massive predator lives in the lakes, slow-flowing rivers, and seasonally flooded savannas of the Amazon basin, and is regarded as the biggest predator of the Amazon ecosystem and feeds on a variety of birds, reptiles, fish, and mammals. This deadly powerful creature is capable of taking in any animal that unknowingly ventures into its territory, and that also includes humans. In fact, between January of 2008 and October 2013, black caimans attacked 43 people. Thankfully, though, less than 1/5 of those attacks were actually fatal. Encounters with these vicious predators are becoming more and more frequent as humans are constantly and aggressively encroaching into their territories. This means the number of attacks are expected only to rise, or otherwise the population of these animals start to dwindle. Number 7. The Piranha. These freshwater fish are infamous for their powerful jaws and razor-sharp teeth. They have one of the strongest bites among any fish, and the black piranha's bite is one of the strongest bites among vertebrates. Also, their bite can easily tear through all flesh, including that of humans. One myth surrounding piranhas is that they're actually man-eaters, and they sort of are, but it's not because they actively pursue human flesh. They're honestly more opportunistic eaters, gladly feasting onto any kind of meat that goes their way, animal, human, otherwise. In 2015, a girl's body partly eaten by piranhas was found in the Macaru River in Brazil. The girl was riding a boat with her grandmother and 4 other children when the boat capsized during a storm. It's still not clear whether the piranhas killed her or the piranhas fed on her after she drowned. Similar cases have been reported elsewhere. Despite the fish being reportedly so dangerous, though, humans have brought the fish to their tables and also created tools and weapons using piranha teeth and bones. It's sort of a give-and-take situation. Number 6. The Lancehead Pit Viper. The common lancehead, also known as the fer de lance, is an extremely deadly, highly venomous pit viper that can be found in Central and South America. It inhabits open areas, tropical forests, and deciduous forests on the altitude of 4,000 feet. And although numbers have been dwindling due to habitat loss, it remains to be one of the most numerous pit vipers in the world. So, when taking a trip to the Amazon rainforest, you better watch your step. They come in various shades of gray, brown, olive green, beige, or yellow, which camouflages them perfectly against the forest floor, where they spend most of their lives. This snake is aggressive by nature, and it's responsible for more than half of the snake bites in South America. It produces a very strong hemotoxic venom, a kind of venom that destroys blood cells and blood vessels and leads to massive internal bleeding. They often hide on the plantations of coffee and bananas where it hunts rodents, which also keeps them within striking distance of humans. It attacks unaware farmers and workers when they approach close enough, though, and their bites have proven to be fatal and will definitely require medical attention. Number 5. The harpy eagle. Considered to be the most powerful bird in the world, harpy eagles are reportedly able to carry and fly off with up to 5 times its own body weight. They can be found from Mexico through Central America and all the way down to northern Argentina and South America. The harpy eagle prefers hanging out in the canopy treetops of lowland tropical rainforests. This large eagle species requires big trees and wild territories in order for its numbers to flourish. They construct their nests with hundreds of sticks and branches as well as plants and animal fur. By the time they're finished, a nest can be large enough for a grown human to sleep comfortably. Well, maybe not comfortably. Having all that power, though, would amount to nothing if the harpy eagle didn't have the right tools to use. That is where the massive talons come into play. The adult harpy eagle's talons are about 5 inches, the largest talons of any eagle ever recorded. To give you an idea of just how large that is, though, a grizzly bear's front claw is simply 2 to 4 inches. Number 4. The vampire bat. There are only 3 species of vampire bats in the world, and all of them can be found in the Amazon. Most disturbingly, though, all of them feed exclusively on the blood of mammals. They're the only vertebrates besides certain snakes that have organs dedicated to sensing infrared radiation, an ability they use to pick the warmest and therefore best patches of skin to sink their fangs into. They're deadly not because they can suck an animal's blood dry. On the contrary, they only take what they need and the animal, or human for that matter, is left relatively unharmed. A lot of the times they won't even notice it. That is, unless the bat happens to carry rabies, of course. Livestock and human deaths resulting from rabies acquired from vampire bats number in the thousands every year. As a result, vampire bats have been culled in many countries since the 1960s. However, recent studies suggest that culling doesn't work and may actually increase the disease spread. Only time will tell. Number 3. The poison dart frog. A returning member from top 5 lists before, the poison dart frogs are some of the most stunning looking animals in the world. However, hiding beneath all that beautifully striking colors and patterns lies a deadly venom. Just a small amount of this poison is extremely fatal to us humans. In fact, one 5 centimeter long frog has enough toxin to cause the deaths of up to 10 full-grown humans. They're actually pretty small compared to other frogs and are even brightly colored, ranging from yellows, greens, reds, and oranges, so they don't look that dangerous at all. And while you need to be wary of all of them, no matter what the color, it's the gold that you really need to look out for. The golden dart frog's poison is so potent that skin contact alone can introduce the toxin into your system. They don't produce the poison themselves though, but rather from feeding on a particular poisonous insect almost exclusively. That's the reason why poison darts born and bred in captivity are very safe to handle. Ironically though, scientists are also using the same toxin in some medical applications, so they aren't all that bad. Number 2. The green anaconda. Growing over 9 meters long and weighing over 227 kilograms, the green anaconda is the world's largest snake. Due to its size, it's slow and awkward on land, so it mainly lurks in the Amazon River, lying in wait for prey. In the water, however, it can move stealthily and quickly, striking at anything it knows it can overpower. Jaguars, caimans, wild pigs, deer, and even humans, especially children. It coils its body around its prey and drags it into the water, suffocating it within minutes, and then swallows it whole with its large jaws. Scientists conclude that it's not impossible for an anaconda to consume a human, as the snakes eat prey that is tougher and stronger than humans. However, since humans and anacondas rarely interact, anacondas aren't used to recognize humans as prey, and thus the chance of anacondas eating humans is pretty low. However, it's never impossible. Number 1. Brazilian wandering spider. The Brazilian wandering spider is bar none the most venomous arachnid in the world. Its Latin name even means murderess. These tiny killers prefer to crawl on the floor of the jungle looking for prey instead of building webs and staying in them, hence their name. But during the day, the spiders hide in various places, including the banana plant, giving them the falsely jovial nickname of banana spiders. They might also wander into human settlements when they feel like it, where they might remain hidden in houses and cars or even shoes. This right here is where the problems begin, because if these creatures are disturbed, they're probably gonna bite you. The small size of these spiders make them even more difficult to detect as well. The venom of the spider causes extreme pain and inflammation, as well as loss of muscle control, which might lead to respiratory paralysis. This in turn can lead to death. People regularly fall victim to this spider's deadly toxin until antivenom was developed in 1996. These spiders prove that you don't have to be large to be killers in the Amazon, and sadly, they're pretty dang common. Which of these deadly monsters scared you the most? Let us know down below in the comments. Also make sure to hit subscribe as well as check out the channel's other amazing content. As always, thank you all for watching and I'll see you all next time. Later everybody!